But what a... In fact, I woke up on the forest floor at the bottom of the cliff without a scratch on me. Amazing what a little faith can do.
I got 1 viewer on Twitch, 1 viewer, 5, how many viewers on X? 5 viewers on X. And then I got YouTube, so streaming on all my platforms right now. I got more platforms than I have. I'm gonna move out of the way of the TV so I can actually, people can see what I'm doing on. So I have to put my phone over here. My other phone. All right, there we go.
Anyway, I guess you and me must be at the top of the King of Heliodor's most wanted, which means we can't hang around here too long.
All right. Wait a minute. I think wait a minute. Is that my autosave? That makes no sense. All right.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's just fine.
Not at all, Dick. It seems someday.
Criminals?
I did indeed, my child. There were guards everywhere. They are searching high and low for the villains. And I heard... Oh, but you must forgive me, poor lambs. I did not mean to alarm you. They will...
Thanks. We appreciate... We're going... Cobbles. I'm guessing if you... And if you want, but I've got So, that's... Here, put the... Ha! Glad you're coming along. The seer told me to stick with the luminary when I found him, and that's just what I'm going to do.
Allergies, damn it. All right. All right, done.
Who else wants some?
Cool. Wow. Right bulbs. Doubling up is not bad. I like ultimate.
Who else wants some?
Terrible.
Another one bites the dust. Oh yeah.
There we go, that's a lot better. There we go, that's a...
Another one bites the dust. Welcome to downtown Heliodor, home to rogues, ruffians, and all my other favorite kinds of people. About a year ago, they got what? Right down there is the big... After all, time to go liberate... This is the... Now, it's... You gotta be kidding me. Man, wait a minute. That rat! Damn it! I should have known... I'm gonna find him. Okay.
Alright, weapons.
Ruby? Ruby, you there? It's me, Ellie. Ruby. Which means we'll have to go... So here's the plan. There's a tower they use to look out for fires. You're going to climb up there and keep an eye out for Ruby. I'll check a couple of other spots. Don't worry, you can't miss her. Get out of here! Go on!
Yeah, that's nowadays for men.
Ah! Okay, stay. Ah, 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 ah.
All right.
Can't find... You saw her heading back to the inn? Well, if it...
Welcome to... Strike a light! If it ain't me favourite little tea leaf! Last I heard, they'd locked you up and thrown away the key! Hang about. You've gone and escaped, ain't ya? You and your friend here are the fugitives everyone's talking about!
Don't worry, I won't be here long.
Got my remote. There we go.
Dirk, didn't he?
That can't be right. The rent up there is crazy. Where would he find the money? That no-good traitor? I'll bet he sold me out and sold the orb. And also he could move up in the world. Well, I'll get what I'm owed. You'll see. But we'll need to get past that sentry if we're gonna head uptown and find him. Isn't he... Yeah. I remember hearing that one of the guards is terrified of dogs.
Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Please. some berries. I found some berries. Gonna put
Another one bites the dust. Ha!
secret passage. Part of it. It's cold in here. You see it? It is cold in here. I'm gonna go check that area and make sure something's going on. I have people that are on my side when it comes to, and that mom was in the right quest. Oh, it takes 2 peppers. See if there's anything around here in treasure chest or something. Always something behind mine buildings. These JRPGs.
Who else wants some? Ha! Another one bites the dust.
Alright, I should be able to get that quest done. I can't do anything until I level him up even further. Great. I know the quick way to do it. I just like, hey, I'll just wait until I get around to it later. Oh, you're running away. Ooh.
Who else wants some?
Did it finally, I got the quest.
Nice.
I can go get the quest, or get that quest done for men. Real bright. Somebody does not like me on TikTok speaking the truth. Alright, time to go back and take care of this quest. Let's get back to the main story. No, they're these enemies. I don't get recommend it. Here we go. Just where I need to be.
Oh! Ah! Ah!
Why? All right. Alrighty then. Alright. Your guard. Radiant gold. Okay, it's 7:29 p.m. Not too bad. Stuck on a roof. Where? What roof? Go there. Why would people do that in the olden times? Even doors open. Nothing in there. This is weird. I mean, I understand back in the old days, nobody actually was scared to trust people. Okay, I think it's up here. Mini metal. Oh, there's her cat. Got her cat. Yeah, kitty litter. That's complete. Okay, where do I go next? Alright. Same armor. Same. No updated equipment. Where I go? Head east. South. I'm forcing this to be north. South. East, west. North, south, east, west. Okay. East Coast is through this way, so there's a bookshelf. So there's a book library or something. Okay, go in there. There. Nothing. I opened up the door to the kitchen. Sometimes I love these these orchestral pieces. Puts me to sleep. Why? I just stole your gold. That's terrible. Like, what are you now mad? Because I barged into your damn house, you fool. Park from the other side. $5 gold. Can't see anything. You're told. Yeah, you're the one who left the door open, idiot. Moron. Oh yes, nice. Big mansion.
Wow.
Welcome,
That's good. Because I'm looking for something very special indeed. Long time no see.
Eric!
You have no... You always were full of it, Dirk. But this really takes the cake.
I never! I promise you, I never sold you out. I was worried sick about you. I only opened this place to
Oh, yeah. And how does that work, exactly? How does you opening...
Look, I was never much of a thief, you know that. But it turns out I know how to sell stuff. I got a gift, even if I do say so myself. When you got nabbed, I spent months racking my brains for ways of busting you out. I couldn't stand the thought of... In the end, I realised I'd have to give up the orb. I took it to the king, told him I found it, then I used the cash to open up the shop here. And...
Now that you mention it, I did think it was weird they never tossed my cell the whole time I was digging.
Exactly. I was paying them to turn a blind eye.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you, partner.
That's the spirit. Eric, old pal, it's so good to have you back.
But I need that orb. And now we don't even know where it...
Oh, yes.
Snooping. It pays off to explore.
So,
After I handed over the orb, I made sure to keep my ears to the ground about where it ended up. I knew it was important to you, see? Well, a little bird tells me that Hendrik and his men took it to the King's Barrow, and it's been under lock and key there ever since.
the King's Barrow. That's southeast of town. Which means we can kill two birds with...
Sorry, no candidate.
Married? Wow, you really have changed. Well, you always said you wanted to settle down and maybe go into business. We'd better get going. Take care, Dirk, and thanks for everything.
You too, old pal.
The south gate is crawling with guards. We won't be walking out that way. And Hendrik's men are too uptight to take bribes. Guess we'll have to go the long way round. If we can drop into cobblestone on the way.
Watch yourselves out. They don't call that forest round there the Mangle Grove for nothing.
It'll take...
Damn hiccups. Can't go that way. You have to go around by the mini pig. Yeah, see if it's enough. Oh, here's a run, man. Why do I feel a cold chill all of a sudden? Weird. Feel cold chill around me. It's spirit. It's a ghost. Yeah, it's right near me. I can feel the spirit. My breath is cold. Which means there's a ghost. Yeah, relax and enjoy. Okay. Okay, let's get the shelf done. So I gotta go to the long way. What a coward. He's scared of dogs.
Any sign of them?
No, nothing.
Let's... Look at all those lights. They're pretty... We better steer clear of... All right, through the man... Another one bites the dust. Ha! Easy.
Nice, tree stump. Some chump appears. Good. Boomerang. Where do I go? Bye.
Who else wants some?
Yeah. Kiddo 4? Damn.
Another one.
Jeez. First sword. So where do I go next?
Who else wants some?
Please run away.
Ha! Another one bites.
Mini metal. Alright.
Another one bites. Oh, yeah.
Here's Jess. Rigid out. Oh, a troll. Oh, soon.
Look at that. I still can't get over old Dirk. He didn't just go straight, married, shop in the best part of town. He went straighter than straight. Just like that. We used to be thick as thieves. Literally. We'd travel the world, always on the hunt for loot. Those were the days. Oh, speaking of which, I just thought of something we acquired back then that might come in handy. Yeah, I've decided. I'm giving it to you. You'll love it. We sure did when we got our hands on it. Behold, the fun-size forge. And I'm not just sweating. You can't just go smashing stuff together willy-nilly, though. Here's a little... There are recipes hidden all...
What is this?
Chop, chop, chop. What in the world? I repaired the bridge only yesterday, and now some blighter's gone and destroyed it again.
Ta-da! Yeah, I went to a lot of trouble. Now, bye, doggy. Stay. An empty
What the heck just happened? You touched that... You really expect me to believe that this... Huh. Well, and if what we just saw was true, let's head back the way we came and see...
Alright. Time to find that creature.
Introducing the one, the only. Hey. Ha! What did you?
Alright, you're gonna be knocked out. Abilities. Rocket slash. You got
This can't be happening. Looks like the joke's on me.
Hey there! Oh... Not anymore. And it's funny you should ask. It would be my pleasure. Sorry to... You don't hang up. Now, the more... It's some... Yggdrasil is the giant floating tree in the center of our world, of course. The source of all life is some... if the glowing plant you found in the forest... It's said that the world tree can choose to communicate via her roots, and that...
But you... So not only are you the luminary, you're also Yggdrasil's favorite little leaf, huh? Some guys have all the luck, I guess. Well, we can't stand around talking about how great you... Ha! Easy!
Damn.
Who else wants some? Another one? Bite? Who else wants some?
Oh. I made it. Here.
What the heck happened here? Huh? Another one bites. Ha! Eat. Another one bites.
Nice! Who else wants some? Ha!
Treasure chests.
Ha! Keep moving forward. Who else wants? Hey! What?
Boss fight.
Another one?
Ha! Amateurs. But who the hell were they? And what did they want with the orb? Well, whatever. You know, after they threw me in jail, But here I am home. Just don't... Right, I've done what I came to do. Guess it's about time. else wants some.
Is that you, dear? I'm cooking your favorite. You'll be Whoa! Who are you? And what nonsense are you talking? Who do you think you are? Whoever you are, I want you...
My name's... But that can't... Oh, wait, I get it. That's not your... He went to look for Chalky.
Hey, Grandad, can I borrow the Wimbley gem of Scott?
We don't need the ladder anymore. He's...
Nope. I've never even...
I think it might be me he's looking for, you know.
All right.
Well. It's... I knew it. I've known you since you were a baby after all. But you don't look too happy, my lad. Care to tell your old Grandad what's on your mind? I see. So, you're from a future where I'm no longer around. And King Carnelian went and threw you in the dungeon. And to think I trusted that he'd do right by you. If I'd known how things were going to turn out, I would have told you everything. Instead of... But you don't have time to be listening to an old man's regrets. Here, if you head east out of the village, you'll come to Cobblestone Falls, as you know. Go there and dig in front of the three-sided... Got that? The three-sided rock at Cobblestone Falls. You'll know... Oh, but what a fine figure of a man you've become. You'll be good now, lad. Don't waste your time.
Thanks for getting Gemma's headscarf back. Come back and play. It's ages till I gotta go home. What should we play now?
Well, we could play, hide and seek.
Are you okay? I lost you. I can't believe they do this. And just because you grew up here? What kind of animals are they? Jasper and his goons must have ridden straight here after you got thrown in the dungeons and Hey, just now when you zoned out, the mark on your hand was glowing. And so was the root wrapped around... Wow. So you went back in time and spoke with your granddad and your son. Must have been the root here. Well, if what your granddad told you was right, then we need to head over... Where did you say it was? East of the... Listen, I know this can't be easy, but hanging around here isn't going to do anybody.
To any of my viewers who are watching, that was solely the main reason why I left Benson. Because one of my relatives did something similar to that. And it was enough to say, going around in circles. It was enough to, get me to not trust anybody in my old neighborhood or anything in Home because my hometown. We want to trust anybody because people will do anything when it comes to destroying another family. If it means money or anything of the kind. It is true. Money can anything can drive anybody to stab someone in the back. It is true. If it means stabbing another friend in the back, they usually will do it for money. And money is a big thing that I cannot stand. Money doesn't mean everything. If you're willing to sell your soul for money, you just sold your whole life away to hell. Money's great, but there's so many things that can happen to people that choose put themselves to throw themselves in hell. Yeah, money can actually drive people to actually put themselves in hell. And I found out something very, very keen, that in Timothy, in the Bible, in the chapter, the book of Timothy, it states that exact thing. That if you want to put money first instead of God, you will go to hell. It's one way to seal your fate. To throw your life away for nothing. Book of Timothy just explains exactly that in... I'll pull it up because this is the main reason why I see a lot of women are heading down the pathway of the Lake of Fire and sealing their fates. So you're going straight to hell. That's why so many people are not prepared for the reality that hell does exist and will burn for all eternity. Suffer forever. Place for not for men or women to go. But I try really hard to tell people, you better get your head get right with God, or you end up in hell. And I'm not judging, I'm just stating facts. Timothy does say this in the Bible. The book of Timothy says exactly that. I'm going to pull up where the book of Timothy explains that money is the root of all evil. And money if you put money first, not God, you will basically elect yourself to go to hell. You will elect yourself to Lake of Fire automatically. And I'm sorry, but too many people are more focused on money instead of the... And there's a lot of people that like to try to debunk the existence of Jesus Christ. And the problem is that a lot of people don't realize this, but God will take you out. He's the one that decides whether we live or perish. And he can decide if he wants to personally if he wants to personally take us all out, he could just wipe out the whole universe if he chooses to. It's a fact. And I'm sorry, but if people want to think they can do whatever they want without consequences. So I'm gonna pull up the book of Timothy right now. And my phone just died, so my stream ended on X. So I'm going to pull up the book of Timothy. And I will say... Come on, allow me to... Money. In the New Testament, his key verse discussing money, stating that for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. It warns that obsession with wealth causes people to wander from faith, experience great grief. The passage teaches that money itself is not evil, but rather the selfish love or craving of it. The key teachings on money in 1 Timothy verse 6 through 19. Dangers of craving. And I see that every day on social media. I see it every day. People are chasing evil. They're chasing and it will pierce themselves with many griefs. I see it every day. This is why when people ask me why I put God first, it's because I see too many people are leading astray. And it's true. And no matter what people say to me, money is the root of all evil when you put it first. It will cause you grief and pain. That's why so many people become corrupt and so evil. Because they personally go after people. They do. They target people with slander because they do not appreciate people don't understand that money can cause people to get corrupted and do horrible things. That's what my aunt did. And people wonder why I have zero respect for those who choose to follow money. Money can lead to loneliness. And misery. Even death itself. Because money can put you in the early grave early. Having all those fancy cars, those fancy purses, all that expensive stuff will put you in an early grave early and lead you down a pathway of pain. And miserable pain. It can lead you in a very, very dark pathway of darkness. This is why when I criticize women, it's out of love. And people wonder why I have zero respect for money. It's not that I love money, it's that I don't put it first. And I don't appreciate people telling me, oh, you're such a hypocrite. Oh, yeah, money is when you think of money, you better have your head on straight, because I'm gonna set you straight. There's so many people who are choosing pathways of money, and it is giving people nothing but hell. And grief and loneliness and death. Because death is one way to put yourselves in an early grave. Choose money, you will perish for all eternity. You'll end up in the lake of fire as easy. See, this is why I say material things mean nothing to me. Material items mean absolutely nothing to me. They don't. All this stuff will go away when I pass on. Doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Because this world is evil. I've seen evil firsthand. I've seen what money could do to somebody when it corrupts their hearts. So, I'm gonna look up and see if it's true. Okay, I wanna look this up. Based on theologically, biblical, and psychological perspectives, being easily offended doesn't automatically send a person to hell, but to consider it self-destructive, sinful, and damaging posture that can hinder spiritual life. Okay, here's the problem here and why it's self-destructive. The problem with being constantly offended, while not a ticket to hell, a lifestyle that being easily offended is viewed as dangerous because it often leads to unforgiveness, bitterness, rage, and gossip. These attitudes are considered sins that separate a person from the peace of God. Biblical teachings, the trap of offense. Biblical teachings interpret offense as a trap or snare that Satan uses to lure people to bitterness, resentment, and a victim mentality. To my Twitch viewer that's watching me, that right there is every day on social media. Everybody's offended over everything, which Satan's already grasped, taken hold of everybody. People say they have God in their life, but they really don't. Being offended over words, everything, and it just sends you straight to hell. Satan's already got you. And as Satan got a hold of people, he's electing everyone to hell. There's going to be a lot of people that are going straight to hell. And I'm not joking, it is the truth. And I'm sorry that people now have a very, very, very offensive mindset towards everything. And I try to tell people, you're not going to make it to hell by being offended, or you're not going to make it to heaven. You're going to elect yourself to hell because Satan's already got you. He's already taking you to hell with him. Because now you have proven that you cannot, that you are been captured by him, the devil, and you have gotten offended over words. See, that's the biggest trick. People say they're going to heaven, but they're really not. They're not. People say they can they'll make it to heaven, but are you truly with God? Are you truly walking with Christ? No. if you can be so easily offended over words and your feelings get hurt all the time, you're going to hell. Plain and simple. Because it straight leads away from God Himself. I know everyone falls short, but I'm stating facts here. A lot of people don't really want to admit to this, but it's true. We live in society now where everybody's offended over every little thing, over words. And now the devil's got too many people. I said it, I'll keep saying it. People think they're following Christ, but they're really not. This is why words are power. The power of the tongue is life and death through the tongue. Whatever you say can put you in a position where you think you're with God when you're really not. I wish people knew that. More people knew that they don't have God. They are with Satan. And I'm not offended by anything. I am not. And I wish people would realize this. And I wish people didn't actually become so soft, so sensitive. And I'm against sensitivity and emotion because guess what? Put your faith in God, put your faith in Christ, you will end up better off in that way because you're not offended. You're not gonna be offended. Your fears will be away, and you won't have to worry. But discernment is very key to all this, and I have seen through people so much, and I'm sorry. It's never going to end up good for anybody. And this is what I have been talking about. Why can't people understand that being offended over every little thing is not a ticket to heaven? It's a ticket to hell. So people are living like this every day now, and it's just pathetic. It is. And I'm sorry, but if you think you're with God, you're not with God. You're going to hell. See, this is why I say my aunt's going to hell. Everybody I know from my past, from now being stupid enough to think they could mess with me, and people from my past thought I was stupid. I'm not. This is the big problem. I'm trying to warn people, you're not going to make it to heaven with that type of mentality. And I use scripture to call out hypocrites. And this is the main reason why I've tried to tell people for so long. Are you with Christ? No, you're not. I've seen it all and heard it all. I don't want to see anybody in my lifetime thinking I care about your feelings. I really don't care. I have seen it firsthand. I've seen what money can do to people's hearts, turn them into pure evil. And then the amount of sensitivity in men today is they don't have a sliver of humanity anymore. No soul. They're just walking corpses of the flesh. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true now, and I'm sorry. But it's got to end. When are people going to realize you do not truly have God in your life if you're truly offended over everything? It leads directly to contradict that say people are saved when they really are not. They could preach the word. They could have God in their life. They could have all these things. But if you are easily triggered by words or anything that pisses you off. Like, let's say I call someone a beta male, or I make fun of somebody and they easily get offended. Or I call someone a soy boy and it triggers their emotions. Bad news. You've just given the devil the power to control your life. You've given Satan all power over your life. That's why I'm calm. This is why I'm not offended. So I'm not upset anymore. This is why I have peace. And I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm not spooked. I'm not angry. I'm not offended. I just have good discernment, good judgment call, good spirituality, good faith. My faith is unlimited. Is you have to have your faith as a grain of a mustard seed. You have to have your faith as a grain of a mustard seed. That's how big my faith is. It's the faith of a grain of a mustard seed. And I am so done with all this soft language. I am seriously done. And people wonder why I do not care about feelings. Because feelings will not help you get to heaven. Feelings are one way to put you in a position. Of putting you in hell. I've tried to tell people, you're not going to make it. I've seen too much of this shit nowadays and it pisses me off. Because I know God is not happy with people. I know God isn't. And I know God is very angry. But people still got time to save themselves. They do. I'm warning people now. You think you have your faith, you think you're with Christ, you think you're following Christ, when you're actually not. And I tested this theory out with Patriot Fry and Lens Fry and everybody nowadays. It is sad that my intuition is always right. My gut instinct is always right. And I'm sorry to say this, but it's never going to be good for anybody. People need to learn. You're never going to make it to heaven if you keep up this pathway. You're never going to truly be with Christ. You won't. I feel bad for everybody on this earth, but people are going to find out the worst way possible. They're not truly ready. People that have time to do. They do. I just don't want people to end up in hell. See, my aunt did that, and she went too far, and money corrupted her soul. And my grandparents were destroyed by it, by her and her selfish ways. I know plenty enough people that actually took everything from me. You know, this is another thing that pisses me off, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I want to be very clear here. And I want to be very clear. I've had zero respect for people that have lost their way. I have lost respect for so many people I thought I knew. And so where do I go? Where to go. But I am seeing it every day. And these political lives I've been, these political debates. And this is the one thing I don't understand. And I don't want to understand. Can people realize they have already been taken by Satan? And they have been already thrown in the lake of fire themselves? They've already elected themselves to go there, but, you know, whatever. Karma comes in very many forms. Yeah, you know, here's another thing. When people laugh at me, and people do this out in public, they don't realize that they have just let themselves to hell by being offended by my presence. I'm sorry, but it's true. And to my viewers on TikTok and Twitch and everything, it doesn't take much to put someone in their place. It doesn't. Want to go to hell? Be my guest. It's not a place I want to go, and not a place I care to go. I give people a reason to be scared of what they're capable of, what they don't know. Truth is, that's why I have cut people out of my life that are easily offended over everything. I have. How do you get down there? I think what I'm doing is I'm confused where to go in these games. When I get on a religious tangent, it's very important for me to do that. To help people better themselves so they don't go astray. Try to help the world. People to be better. Some people that go astray, wondering if they were gonna make it or not. I'm 33. I should come back to doing live talk. Sit. Cobblestone. Here. I don't even know where the hell I'm going. Is this it? Here it is. I found it. About time.
Letters, huh? The top one there's seen better days, that's for sure.
My dearest, darling baby, you see, not long after you were born, our beloved kingdom of Dundrasil was attacked by an army of monsters. I was forced to flee with you in my arms, and expended the last of my strength in ensuring that you escaped to safety. If you are fortunate enough, our kingdom and his have long enjoyed. Never forget, my son, you are a prince of the kingdom of Dundrasil. But more than that, you are the luminary. Yours is a weighty burden indeed.
So, money is the people's hearts and hell. And
It is
already
you,
elected themselves to go to hell.
It's from someone important to you, right? Your mother or something? Don't worry, you can tell me about it later. What about the other one?
To my dearest grandson. I haven't the foggiest how you managed it, but I met your future self today. As promised, I've buried some things here that will help you on your way. Have you read your mother's letter yet? It was in your basket with you when I first found you. It was because of that letter that I asked my Amber to send you to see the king when the time came. I only wish I'd known how. I don't know why Dundrasil was attacked, or why King Carnelian thinks so badly of you. But I do know that the answers are out there somewhere. You must go out into the world and seek the truth. Remember now, don't waste your time bearing grudges, and live life with love in your heart. All of it.
So we used the keystone to open the door of departure and head out into the world, huh? Well, sounds easy enough. You said it was just east of here, right? Well, what a...
And here's another thing I want to say to anybody that gets mad at me for speaking truth. If people get mad at me for speaking truth, religious truth, and you need to get right with Jesus. I'm sorry, you need to get right with God. And the main reason why I try to tell people this is the consequences are very, very dire. They really, really can be. People can easily be led down the wrong pathway if they got Jesus in heart. Not really. Many people like me exist still to this day.
Did you really think you would escape me, Darkspawn?
Dude, stop. Fucking crypto traders. Fucking people are fucking scammers. Fucking crypto traders are fucking stupid. Blocked them right away because I don't trust crypto traders.
Damn it, they found us.
I'm gonna go live on this phone, and I'm gonna plug in my phones for charging a bit before it's late. Because I'm also gonna read scripture as well. for those who get it. So many errors. That's the new thing. I'm going to go ahead and what do you see in terms of here? I'll grab my other phone, please. God, didn't see my bill. Well, I'm going to pull up scripture for anybody in the place on here. So I should make this, I should basically make this video now is those who get it evidently for everything. Yes. Make it forward. Up right here. So.
Well, don't just stand there. Come on.
Now, seize him!
Self-chosen misery. Trap of bitterness.
Here, take my hand.
So the statement, those who get offended by everything elect themselves to hell, suggests that a prior habitual state of being offended acts as self-imposed prison of misery, bitterness, and isolation, metaphorically, or literally creating a hellish experience. In spiritual context, this idea is sometimes in contrast with the goal of letting go of the right to be offended, to avoid hindering one's own spiritual path and peace. While the Bible does not contain a single explicit verse that says those who get offended by everything go to hell, it strongly warns against a lifestyle of anger, bitterness, or unforgiveness, which associates a serious spiritual consequence, and in extreme cases, the danger of hell. Danger of anger and contempt, Matthew 5, verse 2. But I say that everyone who is angry with his brother shall be guilty before the court, and whoever says to his brother, "You good for nothing," shall be guilty before the Supreme Court. Or it says, "You fool," shall be guilty enough to go into the fiery hell. The danger of causing offense. Bible warns that taking offense often leads to causing others to sin. Woe unto the world because offenses, for it must needs to be offended come. But woe to the man by whom the offense cometh. It is a bitter for thee to enter the life halt of maimed, rather than having 2 hands, 2 feet, to be cast in everlasting fire. It spirits of offense, and at the end times, Matthew 24, verse 10. Jesus predicted that in the last days, many people will live in a state of being offended. Is that the truth? And many will be offended by and betray one another and will hate one another. Ding, ding, ding survey says I've been seeing that a lot now. I've been seeing that so much that people are easy looked to be offended over everything. Isn't that ironic that so many people that look down upon me hate my guts?
Quickly, the keystone.
I was 100% correct about this generation. What the hell is wrong with you Gen Zers? You're easily offended over words, easily offended over fitness, easily offended over every little thing someone says and someone does, and you get offended by reporting someone's videos. You Gen Zers are the reason why you're not going anywhere. So let me read what the spirit of offense in the end times. Matthew 24 verse 10. Jesus predicted it in the last days many people will live in a state of being offended. And then many will be offended and will betray one another and will hate one another. Does that sound exactly what's going on TikTok, on social media every day? Does that sound exactly what Gen Z does on it at a regular basis? What the left does? What politics is all about? Everything on this planet? See, we're living in the last days now, and the dangers of causing offense, Matthew 18, verse 7 through 9. The Bible warns that taking offense often leads to causing others to sin. And how many times did I have been saying this? The antidote is forgiveness and overlooking offense. Proverbs 19, verse 11. A person with wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. Galatians 3, verse 13. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgives you. Matthew 6, verse 15. But if you do not forgive others their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Offense is a trap. refers to trigger a trap. A lifestyle of being easily offended is described a snare or a trap of Satan to stop spiritual growth. Hear me out. Love covers offense. The Bible teaches that love does not keep a record of wrongs. Corinthians 13 verse 5 and covers offenses. Proverbs 17 verse 9. The overall biblical message is that believers should not be easily offended, but should instead choose forgiveness and peace. 1 Peter 3 verse 9. I have said it. I have been seeing this on the internet day in and day out. And in the real world. Sensitivity, emotion. People don't forgive anymore. People put everybody in a position of hate and violence.
You shall not escape me, Darkspawn!
Run! Now!
Like I said, nobody has forgiveness anymore. Everybody holds grudges. Like I said,
think you have won. The game has not even begun.
like I said. So, since people like to be offended over every little thing nowadays, since we're living on the last days, the danger of the spirit of offense in the end times, Matthew 24 verse 10. Jesus predicted that in the last days many people will live in a state of being offended. And everybody leaves my life should wonder why I'm spiritually gifted. You people are weak. People are easily offended over spiritual stuff. Yep. Guess we are living in the last days. I guess a little bit.
Whew. We made it. That was too close.
What time is it now?
So, where exactly are we? I don't recognize...
So I wonder how many people are going to just keep being offended over every little thing somebody says to somebody.
Another one?
Oh, it's a town. Wow. Wow. Gotta get to bed tonight, I'm tired.
Civilized.
I thought so anyway.
Two travelers come. Their timing is auspicious. My bathhouse awaits. Rejoice on it.
We're kind of busy to be sweating.
Too busy to bathe?
Huh? Okay. Mud.
I don't want armor. Okay, I'm gonna end my stream tonight because my stream